Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan on Sports, my picks for Kicks week number 14. Last week I was 2-3, and I am now 30-35 on the season. And remember, I pick games with the spread, and that's how we compile our winners and losers as far as my record is concerned. Now, before we get to my picks this week, we should mention this is a very significant day. If you are watching this on December 7th, this is Pearl Harbor Day. And it was on this date, December 7th, 1941, that the Hawaiian Islands were attacked by the Japanese. And the NFL obviously had a chapter on this day as far as Pearl Harbor was concerned, because the New York Giants were hosting the Brooklyn Dodgers in an NFL game at the Polo Grounds. That's right. At that point, there was a team called the Brooklyn Dodgers. And obviously the New York Giants were around. They were one of the charter members of the NFL, and they played their home games at the Polo Grounds before moving to Yankee Stadium. And Dodgers-Giants, right? If it wasn't baseball, it was football. And something else to note as far as the Brooklyn Dodgers were concerned, the owner of that Brooklyn Dodgers NFL franchise was Dan Topping, who later would go on to own the New York Yankees. He was a co-owner with Del Webb and Larry McPhail, and then McPhail sold his interest, and Topping and Webb owned the Yankees during their glory years when they won all those World Series and pennants in the 1950s and early 1960s before selling the franchise to CBS. But on Pearl Harbor Day, 1941, as the Brooklyn Dodgers were beating the New York Giants 21-7, the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers was the same Dan Topping. All right, picks for Kicks, week number 14. And, I picked the Giants, the Jets, the Patriots, games that teams from my region play in. But the Patriots and Giants are off. They've got a bye week. Giants have been off since, 2021 maybe, but I digress. Anyhow, I will pick the Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins still around the periphery as far as the playoffs are concerned, and they've come around under Coach Mike Daniels, so don't rule out the Dolphins here. They're playing that game at MetLife Stadium, so the Jets are the home team. The Dolphins are giving 2.5 points. Take the Dolphins minus 2.5. Then you've got some games, let me tell you, off the charts. These are big, big games for the NFL this weekend. Beginning with the Green Bay Packers hosting the Chicago Bears. The Bears are in first place in the NFC North. The Packers are in second place. The Bears are getting 6.5 points. That's a nice get for the Bears. They're getting 6.5 points. Take the Packers, give the points. Packers are playing at home, and I think they want to make a statement on Sunday. Then you've got another big game. The Houston Texans are at Kansas City, where the Chiefs are struggling to make the playoffs. The defending AFC champion Chiefs, who have been such a dominant team over the last decade, whose playoff hopes are now dangling by a thread. The Texans are getting 3.5 points. You could make the case Houston has the best defense in the National Football League, and they're getting 3.5 points. Take the Texans and the points. Steelers playing the Ravens, and the Steelers are getting 6 points in this game. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he's hurting, and you just don't know how healthy he's going to be. And the Ravens have some other injury issues. And the Steelers, and this is obviously a huge, huge divisional game for the AFC North, the battle for first place between these two teams. Steelers are getting 6 points. Take the Steelers and the points. I think even if Aaron Rodgers struggles, Mason Rudolph could step in and do a job. Just me. Finally, Bills and Bengals in Buffalo. The Bills are giving 6 points. Giving 6 points. Take the Bills, give the points. So there you have it. One more look again. Take the Dolphins over the Jets, give the 2.5 points. Take the Packers over the Bears, give the 6.5 points. Take the Texans and the 3.5 points over the Chiefs. Take the Steelers and the 6 points over the Ravens. And take the Bills, give the 6 points over the Bengals. And remember this Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 1941. That's going to do it for Dan on Sports and my picks for kicks, week number 14. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you later.